Lovely.
Why is this so quiet?
Is the sound that?
That's what I'm working on.
Oh.
Hang on.
Thought maybe it was.
I just
me.
wanted to let you know if you might not be able to see it.
I'm trying to figure out why.
Heard Joy talking.
Can you say something for me?
Hello? This is Dory.
Dory, can you
Yes.
can you say something?
We can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello?
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
Emily, can you?
Hi, I'm here.
Okay, now we can hear you. That's much better.
Is that MA?
MA, is that you who's called in?
That's her number.
Is that her number? Okay.
Yeah.
MA, can you say something?
Yeah, I did. I must have been on mute. Can you hear me
Okay.
now?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
You. Now that we have dealt with that and
And
we are
recording?
recording
Okay.
and
Good evening. My name is Kirk Smallage. I am the chair for the Town of Hebron Douglas Library Board of Trustees. I am calling this meeting to order for Monday, March 9th, 2026, and the time is 7:05 p.m. At this time, I would ask you to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the
Allegiance
flag
to the flag
of
The
of the
flag
United States of
of the
America,
United States of America
to the republic
and
to
to
the
the
republic
republic for which it stands,
one
under
nation,
God,
one nation,
under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and
with
justice
liberty
for all.
and justice for all.
Thank you. All right. For the first section, we have public comments. This is a section of the agenda that's reserved for persons in attendance, either live or online, to briefly address the board. Are there any comments from the public?
I don't think we have any.
Okay, hearing none, we will move on to the reports. The secretary's report would include the minutes that are from the February meeting.
26.
Yep. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes for Monday, February 9th, 2026.
That motion, Mr. Chairman.
Peter Casarella makes the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
And a second from Sue Porter. Thank you both. Any discussion on the motion? Any additions or comments? Hearing none, I will call for a vote. All those in favor of approving the minutes from February 9th, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Hi. Hi.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? 2 abstentions. The motion carries. Thank you. We will now move to the town manager representative. Thank you, Dory, for joining us this evening. We apologize for the lack of clarity if you're not able to see us.
No idea what it's doing.
Yeah,
Ah.
just-
Technology is great when it works.
Yes, it is. I hope none of you,
Just fine when I came down to set up and now I don't know, it doesn't want you to see us.
just
I
don't
can
stare
feel
at
your
it too
pain.
long.
I totally understand.
You're liable to need a new prescription for your glasses if you look at it for too long.
Yes, exactly.
Dory, would
Okay,
you tell us what's going on?
sure. So the town manager's office is very, very busy with budget right now. We are working to refine numbers. We are working to answer questions. We are meeting every Tuesday in the month of March to review. So we are busy with that. Like I said, the budget meetings are on Tuesdays. So we have one the 10th, the 17th, the 24th, those Tuesdays, and then also March 26th, which is a Thursday. The boards have devised a FAQ link on the town's website, so we can get questions answered in a timely fashion. Feel free to visit that if you would feel so inclined. Maple Fest is coming up. It's Saturday, March 21st and Sunday, March 22nd. There's also the opening, it's a gala, the evening of Friday, March 20th. It's being hosted at Colebrook. So if you're interested in partaking in that, reach out to the Town Center Project, and there's a link on their website to get some information if you so choose. I have some news that Andrew Tierney, the town manager, has put in his paperwork to retire. That will be effective April 9th. Also, Lori Granato, our finance director, has also put in her retirement paperwork. I believe she will be here through the month of May. And on some good news, I'm a UConn basketball fan, so go Huskies tonight.
Yeah.
Other than that, that is all I have to report on. Thank you, Kirk.
Okay, thank you, Dory. Does anyone have any questions for Dory? No? Emily or MA?
No.
Okay. Dory, I have one question for you.
Sure.
In regards to the makeup of the various boards in town. Is there I don't know whether you'd call it an ordinance or something written into the town charter that shows if we have an issue where we'd like to ask a board member to be removed or, resign or whatever the term might be, is there a set of rules to make that happen or?
So yes, by town charter, there are rules laid out. Uh, don't quote me on the section because I don't have it in front of me right now. But I could get you that information, or Drusilla could get you that information. But it is definitely in the town charter.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
And thanks for joining us tonight.
Absolutely.
Okay, we will now move on to, my report. Okay. There are a few things going on that I'll include under this section. The first, and I'm very pleased to report that the evaluation of our library director is complete. We met earlier this week, or was it last week, and completed that. I will be hoping to set a meeting with Andy sometime this week or early next week to just present that to him. It went well. It was a very nice evaluation, and we'll forward that to him. Please keep in mind that the evaluation with the library director is purely advisory. Drusilla works for the town of Hebron. She reports to the town manager. But when meeting with the town manager, we all felt that it was a good thing to be able to provide that input. So I thank the members of the Board of Trustees for those of you that did participate in that. I'm going to be urging that we do an even better job with more people being involved in it for next year. I'm also going to ask if I'd like to actually create a committee and just call it the evaluation committee. And I don't know if I need a motion to do that, or can I do that as the chair?
That's a good question.
Okay, well, I'm going to,
We've created a committee since I've been here.
I think we should have a motion.
A motion to do that.
Okay.
When-
well, let me explain before we do the motion what I've got in mind. This would be a pretty simple committee. I'd like to have one person named to head the evaluation committee. And the real purpose of that is just to really remind us come, I would guess, probably October, November, that we need to use the form that we've created, which will be on file, and the director will have that, or I have it. And we will make sure that all Board of Trustee members complete that, and we'll keep track of that. this time, and just to kind of oversee the process. I think that's an area that could easily be managed by one of the members of the Board of Trustees to help us, just to make sure we stay on time and it doesn't drag on like it did this year to, the 1st of March before we made it happen. So, can I have a motion for that then from somebody to establish a evaluation, committee?
I move that we establish an evaluation committee for the purpose of overseeing evaluations.
Okay.
I second that motion.
Okay, there's a motion, and a second.
Can you read that back? Please?
Yeah.
I just have that we have a motion to establish an evaluation committee for the purpose of ensuring that evaluations happen in a timely manner.
Perfect.
Is there anything in there about all of the board members need to file the paperwork, or just the majority so we can move forward?
It would just have to be the majority.
I
Since if
think
not,
the majority has to, but my intent here is to have somebody shepherd that effort.
Yeah.
Okay, and make sure that they reach out to if there's someone that has a problem and doesn't feel they want to participate in that, we could understand that. But if it's just a question of not doing it because whatever, I wasn't particularly happy with that. I think that any board member that has the opportunity to participate in that, we've made it as simple as we possibly can. Probably took me a half hour to do it, even with adding some comments. I really think we should get 100% on that if possible. Is that okay?
I think we should too, but the experience tells me we never will.
Well, it doesn't have to happen, but it would be encouraged.
but so this is just a motion to create the committee
It's
so
a
that there is a
motion
person
that's
Yeah.
fine.
to make
Okay,
that happen.
Right,
That's fine.
right. No penalty, no harm, no foul if it's. Okay, we have a motion. Any other further discussion on that? Then I'll call for a vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, thank you for that. Part 2 of my involvement. So the new friends of the Douglas Library met back on the 24th of February, I think it was. Around that time, the end of February. Right. And it was not as well. I did attend, and I was not thrilled with the amount of people that were there, but it's new and word needs to get out. I would encourage every Board of Trustee member to be interacting with the community, to be looking for more people to get involved in that new group. I believe there'll be another meeting that'll be coming sometime
There's a
soon.
meeting the last week in April.
Okay. Between now, and that's a fair amount of time, between now and the last week in April, please speak to friends and anyone that you know that you think might be looking for an opportunity to serve on a really important group. They are working and did approve some of the bylaws already. They're working on a memorandum. Okay, just got to go around the word a little differently. Takes a village. To get that done, the understanding and get that. I think there was some confusion that they thought that needed to be between the Friends and the Board of Trustees, but I really believe it has to be with the town. So I spoke shortly on that point to just make them aware of that. So I was happy. The person who's running is doing an outstanding job. Could use some help, I think. So again, please do whatever we can to promote that. I will be including that in the ever-forming letter that I'm going to send into the River East, which should be soon, and hoping to encourage people. And I'm actually going to ask that they direct any questions to you. Is that okay with you? Okay, because I think you can at least steer them in the right direction relative to where that group is going. So appreciate that.
Who is the new leader?
Maria Morelli and Dan Larson are sort of jointly kicking that off.
Maria is an attorney and she's just done an absolutely magnificent job of putting together.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's done a lot of
Yeah,
grunt work, putting together bylaws and 501c3 paperwork and all of the rest of it.
I was very impressed. And that takes a lot.
You know the date of the meeting? Is it the end of April? But
It's the last Wednesday in April, I think. I just put it on the calendar. So you'd think I'd remember, but I also put 6 other things on the calendar, so.
What day it is?
That's
I know
okay.
what today is.
The 29th,
I think so.
last Wednesday night.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Calendar online.
Okay,
I
sorry.
did look at that today.
I'll also include that, that letter will be ready within the next week or two at the very most after and going through, and I will make sure that you get, all of you get a copy of that before it gets published. And I'm very pleased to report, I don't know how many of you got a chance to take a peek at this month's newsletter, but kudos to Drusilla and her staff, whoever was responsible. They did a marvelous job of putting underneath the picture of the Douglas Library all of our names as the Board of Trustees with our Hebron.gov emails. I'm very pleased at that. I think that's an awesome way of being able to get more transparency to what's going here, maybe a little more involvement in what's going on here, and having the opportunity, since some people may recognize a name that's on that list and say, oh, I think I'm going to talk to Patty about this or Kirk about this or whatever. So, well done. I'm very pleased with that. The more of that we can do, the better. Yeah, that was awesome. I'm also still interested in talking, and when I schedule that meeting to talk about the evaluation with Andy, we'll also hope to include in that agenda an opportunity to talk about the board composition, and I'm pretty sure that's probably going to have to happen through a charter revision. So we'll see if there's any other creative ways of working that. But anyway, beyond that, another committee that I would like to form tonight. Can I do that during my presentation? Guess I can.
One, so.
Yeah, I might as well throw another one in. I would actually like to have specific members named at being involved in the meeting that we're trying to set up with the RAM board to discuss the after school and early dismissals issues that will again begin to rise as this beautiful day shows with warm weather approaching us. And I would like to see that committee made up of at least myself and 3 other people from the board, if that's possible. So first, the purpose would be to be able to meet with them to discuss what might be, different options to address that issue. I really don't think it's the responsibility of the library to have to babysit high school or middle-aged kids. I really think it's a RAM issue to kind of look at that and say, this is something that we do, and can we find a way to be able to figure this out so that it doesn't burden, like the library, for example, or any other town of Hebron area. So with that said, could I ask for a motion to create a Board of Trustees committee to meet with the RAM board regarding early dismissal and after-school dismissals?
So move.
Thank you, Peter. Everybody clear with the motion? Can I have a second?
Second?
Beth, was that you? Okay, Beth seconded it. Any discussion?
Yeah,
Yes, Patty.
that was me.
Oh, Beth, sorry.
So I understand the desire to talk to RAM and all that stuff. Do we need a committee or do we have liaisons to the boards? The liaison thing doesn't work.
We haven't ever had a liaison to
No,
the RAM.
Would
We've
that
never
be
had-
easier?
Mm, This is a one-time issue. I mean,
Okay.
it's ongoing, but it's a really, I'm not looking to, this is more of a,
It's an ad hoc committee that will
Yeah.
just be formed on.
Right.
to
just
deal
just
with
to
this.
open the doors of communication between the 2 boards at hopefully a combined meeting, or maybe we would appear at part of their agenda for a regular monthly meeting.
Yeah, that would be good.
And
if
then,
you're on
and
their
just
agenda.
present it, discuss it, and see where it goes from there. And then if we feel there's not enough that happens, or there's plenty enough happening, then there can be a committee that would be, withdrawn.
Yeah, no, and I'm trying to think, because there's liaisons all over the place.
Yeah,
And I'm wondering, it doesn't matter to me, just a question.
Yeah, no, we don't.
I don't think this is a big enough issue to, I mean, it is a big issue, but it's not one that we need to continually, unless we found that there was a,
It's more to kind of to bring awareness to this.
yes,
situation,
yes,
for the board stating that this is an issue here
right.
that we would like them to look into and address.
And we feel, this board, prior to your arrival, Patty, was involved in some discussions about this. And there have been some contacts that were made with other, school systems in the area, and they have similar issues. And so there are some solutions that they've come up with. And we want to make sure that RAM has at least discussed those and has an answer for either that they weren't aware of them, or they don't feel they can support them, or whatever it may be. But we can't, this has been going on for quite a long time, and the library's borne the burden of that, maybe even before Drusilla's time. And I think it's time to stop that and make them recognize that this is this board's opinion, when we had a vote on it, that this is a RAM issue, not a town of Hebron issue, so. And that's really all it's intended to do, is to bring the
So to
subject up.
bring
and-
attention to this.
Yeah.
Rather than, yeah. Because in my mind, thinking from a district leadership position, that the board then really has no authority over actually making that change other than bringing it to the school.
Right, you mean us?
No, their board.
Yeah, but again, like
Right.
that's the
I
level that we
understand.
could communicate.
Yeah,
with.
I understand. I'm just trying to think like what their level of address can be, and it's really awareness.
Well, if nothing else, that's what we'll find out
Right,
when we meet
that's
them.
what I'm just saying. So.
But I just, I
bringing
felt
awareness.
in creating this motion that we needed a little structure here. Okay, it can't just be me trying to get through to the superintendent and setting up a meeting. I want to be able to tell them, we have an ad hoc committee that's put together to come and address an issue with the RAM board that we feel is important, and see if that might carry just a little bit more clout to getting
It's
on
on
the
the record
agenda.
as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So knowing the goal is to make the issue known and to have our needs addressed, to ask for our needs to be
Yeah.
addressed. No, so just
Okay.
knowing what the.
Yeah.
Knowing what the goal of this committee would be.
That's a good summary. Everybody happy with that? Any other discussion? Then I will ask for a vote. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Aye.
Is that an opposed? Oh, I guess that was a late aye. Okay. Any abstentions? Okay, thank you all for that. Now that we have the committee established, do I have any volunteers to make up the composition of that? Peter, thank you. Patty? Okay, thank you. Emily or MA?
Sure, I can help.
Emily? Okay, thank you with that. That gives me 3 plus me is 4. That's perfect. Darn, I was looking forward to the chance to just appoint somebody.
Patty, Emily, you and who? Peter?
Peter,
Peter, yeah. Then I would have appointed you anyway.
get down.
You were already on my, you were on my list, the good list. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else that as chair I have to report? I don't think so. I think that concludes that. So we can move on from there to our effervescent library directors.
Effervescent.
There you go.
I don't know if I can manage effervescent. So I think just about everything is in the written report you got. We are they're scheduling staff training for our new 3D printers. They are amazing. They're so user friendly, and they don't make terrible noises, and they don't try to set themselves on fire, which is a significant improvement over the old one. So that's very exciting. I got to print something, so I can now say that I can use it.
Nice.
And we had in a drawer 2 tablets floating around, tablet computers, and so we will have one sort of just attached to each printer, so that you don't have to try to interface with a website. You won't have to try to go to one of our public computers. You'll have just a tablet that you deal with. So that worked out really well. We have made an offer, thanks to Andy. I had permission to, so, we have 3 openings for our staff now. He gave me permission to split one of those, and so made an offer to 4 candidates. We had some really impressive candidates. The one that we are splitting the position for, the young man, he will be on Saturdays, but he is actually a senior at RAM.
Oh, good.
So we're looking forward to having him on board just to get kind of a younger and really impressive young man. I've heard back from 3 of the 4 that they have accepted, and I'm waiting to hear back from the 4th, but she was a little delayed because it took me a while to hear back from one of her references. So but so hopefully we will have them. I know at least 2 of them have already scheduled meetings with Dory to do all the paperwork. So hopefully we'll have a full staff by the end of the month. That's our goal.
Awesome.
And have some new faces. So if you're here and you see some new faces, say hello to our new crew. And I think that's it, unless anybody has any questions about anything.
I just have a question about the pay. Are we still low comparatively?
Yes, so we start at minimum wage, which is obviously higher than it was.
Correct.
But Bolton starts at 23 an hour, Marlboro starts at 20 an hour. So 16.94 an hour puts us a ways
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah.
I like to think we're more fun,
Yeah.
but but I
At
just
the
know
end of
that
the
makes up
day.
for $3 an hour. So yes, we are behind
Okay,
what
we're
comparable libraries
still-
pay, but
Yeah, we're still
yeah,
lagging.
thanks to the raise in minimum wage, we are not lagging as much as we were. So at least we got that going for us.
Yeah. Okay.
That it? Very nice. Thank you for your report. Okay, that concludes the reports. We'll move on to section 5, old business. And we've covered some of these already. Unless there is further discussion, the evaluation of the library director has been completed. Anybody have any other questions about that? Okay. Friends of the library, that also pretty much has been covered. Except
Thing that sort of falls under that heading. And then as a reminder for those of you that it applies to, that if you have not come and looked at the documents that Meg had turned in responding to FOI request, you guys can both ignore that. Let either of you. Please do so because we do need to, the board does need to have a response to the FOI request. And some of you have come to see me and we have set you up with a computer, but I haven't seen everyone. So I either need a statement saying that you have nothing in addition, or I need you to come in and look at everything so that the board can officially respond to that FOI request.
You need a statement that said what from us?
So the FOI request, the most recent one from the former Friends, had asked the board to indicate whether they had anything additional besides the files that Meg had turned over.
So you need to hear from us.
Yes,
By what time?
I mean,
So you need it in writing, because I mean, I've told you verbally.
yeah, no, I need something in writing.
Okay.
But I can then send to Andy and the town attorney and say, here's the board member's responses.
Okay.
What do you want it to say?
That you have,
So-
Yeah, what do you want us to say?
so it needs to say that you have nothing additional in any emails or communications relevant to the FOI request beyond the information already submitted by Meg.
we didn't pass a motion to cover that?
We don't have to.
No, I did. I thought we did already.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard from everybody.
Okay, okay.
Nothing conditional. Blank relative to the FOI. Case beyond what's been submitted by Meg.
Yep,
Yes.
That's all you want.
yep, put it in writing.
What's Meg's last name?
Clifton, Clifton.
She's the former secretary. Yeah. And,
No,
yeah. Okay, thank you for that. Anybody have any? You guys are out.
you can ignore all of this. We're so happy.
Emily or MA, do either of you, MA, I think you're, did she already cover that? Do either one? MA, could you put your phone on mute, please? I think we're getting feedback from your speaker. Can you mute her?
I can mute her, but I think that's better.
Okay,
We have
okay,
feedback.
thank you. What did I start to say? All right, never mind.
But Patty, I don't have to do any work.
Oh, you don't have to do it. Emily or MA, do either one of you have time to either come in and look at that, or can you send a letter?
I'll send a letter.
Okay, thank you.
Jace, you can just send it to me and I'll compile everything and turn it in. So it goes in one.
We know what happened the last time there was a meeting and it subsequently got canceled. We know.
We could have asked Dory that, but I'll see if I can find out when I meet with Andy and I'll send an email out. How's that? Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you for that. Let's move on to the 2027 budget update.
Which Dory very nicely covered.
Yes, she did. Patty, if you're not aware, it's included in the packet, the budget. Did you get a packet tonight? When you walked in? Here. Oh, on this next one. Is that your copy? Yeah, those are individual packets.
Or these are my notes.
Oh, your notes. Do we have any more packets?
What kind of silly question
Oh.
was that?
I was gonna give her mine. I have this on my computer. So, okay, great.
Facts.
And MA or Emily, do either of you have any comments or questions regarding the 2027 budget?
No.
Okay, MA? Probably on mute.
Yeah, she's.
Okay.
So we're good.
All right. Letter to River East, we talked about that. Discussion of board composition. I'm gonna postpone further discussion on that until I gather more information, and then, so can you put that on the agenda for next month?
Based on the agenda, are you going to cover that?
I'm gonna have that done. That won't need to be postponed. I keep getting bumped. Okay, anyway, thank you for that. We'll move on to new business. We have been, since Meg resigned, we have been absent the position of the secretary, board secretary. So I am going to place a nomination, Beth Fitzgerald. And I'll make a motion that she be, is it elected or, yeah, elected, I guess we have to take a vote on as the new board secretary. And I need a second.
Second that.
Patty, okay.
She's afraid if she doesn't, it'll be.
I moved it and am I allowed to make a motion?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Any discussion on that? Anybody else want to run for board secretary?
Who's not here?
What was that loud rush of? No? Okay. So, Beth, we will, close your eyes. All those in favor of Beth being the new board secretary, raise your hands first, those of us that are here. Okay, and then online, could you say aye?
Aye.
Thank you. All those opposed?
My hand was up.
Okay, thank you, MA. We could feel the wind rushing from it. With that case, congratulations, Beth. Okay.
Under two things.
Moving on, we've already taken care of the formation of a committee to meet with the RAM board. We're going to work on the potential replacement of a board member at part of the agenda for next meeting. We'll move on. Is there any other new business or other business to come before the board tonight? Okay, MA or Emily?
I don't have anything.
Okay, MA? Okay, hearing none, we will move on to. Okay, so I'm only going to ask in this category under the strategic plan committees that if anybody has something to report, that they can do so at this point by being recognized. I'm just going to go through it quickly and say anything from oversight. Okay, Anything from welcoming? Anything from integral? Anything from safe? Anything from evolving? Okay, that concludes the strategic plan committee reports. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Such a shame that Dale's not.
Beth is here made a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second? Peter seconds it. All those in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye. Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed?
Bye.
Okay, thank you all for your attendance tonight.
Stop recording. Yes.